Hey everybody, Philipp Czarnecki here. In this video I'll be demoing the Fuzz by Jackson Audio. The Jackson Audio Fuzz is a modular fuzz. You get 6 different analog modules or plugins which you can easily insert into the pedal. You have one here which I can take out. The others come in this cute little box. You choose the one you want, insert it, and you get 6 different fuzz flavors. The pedal itself offers a whole bunch of tweakability. Next to your volume and fuzz knob, you also get a parametric EQ with bass, mid and treble, and you get a mid frequency knob here on the front panel as well, which lets you adjust the mid frequency that you want to boost or cut with the parametric EQ. Internally, there's also frequency knobs for the treble and bass frequencies, as well as 3 different Q trimmers, so you can set the Q for each frequency. The Q adjusts how wide or narrow the frequency is that you are boosting or cutting. Then the pedal also has a separate octave fuzz circuit with a volume, octave and a blend knob, so you can blend this octave circuit with the fuzz circuit. The modules itself have even more trimmers for even more fine tuning. An incredible amount of flexibility in this pedal. Let's check it out. Okay, in this first part of the demo, I'll be showing you the Modern Fuzz module, the Modern Fuzz analog plugin. I'll be more thorough here, go through all the knobs, all the possibilities. I'm also gonna show you the octave side. Later, I'll be a bit more quick and I'll go through all the other modules. You know, otherwise this demo would be 2 hours long. There's a billion possibilities here with all the different EQ adjustments that you can do. Killer stuff. Here's the guitar into the amp, my Les Paul Standard 50s and my Rev D20. Here comes the fuzz side. So there I also kicked in the octave side. This is probably my favorite setting in general. So let's go back to 12 o'clock. What you can see here, I'm boosting the mids a little bit and I went like to about 1 o'clock on the mid frequency knob. So this is the frequency that I'm boosting. I could also be cutting it, but as I said, let's go first to 12 o'clock and see what we get here. And then let's go for 3 o'clock on the mids. So you can tell it gets more nasal, and then if you change the frequency here, you will also get another frequency that you're boosting. So as you see, lots of possibilities there to boost different frequencies. You could also cut this frequency and then you get this. Then you go into Big Muff territory. There is a analog plugin called Goat Head, which is the Big Muff circuit. We'll get to it later. So these are the mids. If you boost the highs, you get this. Or you can go for less treble. Which I also like. It gets more smooth. Okay. There's also a frequency trim pot inside the pedal, and for the treble and for the bass, and for these three frequencies you also have a trim pot which adjusts the Q, as I already told you in my description at the beginning. So you can decide how broad you want the frequency to be that you are boosting or cutting, or how narrow. So incredible possibilities here. Let's boost the bass. Or let's cut some bass. Okay, so you can also go for less fuzz, obviously, compensate with a volume knob maybe, and with this modern fuzz plug-in you go into overdrive territory. So what I would do here, maybe let's go again, boost this frequency just a tiny little bit, maybe a bit more treble, and let's go for even less fuzz. So this would be a super cool fuzzy overdrive sound, works great with this modern fuzz module. Okay, so what I did there, let's go maybe back, crank the fuzz knob. I think I had it some like this. And let's add the octave again, here we go. The octave by itself sounds like this. Some neck pickup sounds. Beautiful stuff. So I have the octave as well as the blend knob cranked. There's lots of volume in the octave pedal as well. You could use it as a boost. I will show you this in a second. However, you can go for less octave. Let's explore this first. Bridge pickup on full. You lose a bit of volume there. You can compensate with a volume knob. So you make the octave more smooth compared to a full octave like this. Which is a cool feature, especially when you start blending the octave with a fuzz circuit, of course. Here's how I had it set. Full bridge pickup. Going to 7 on the bridge pickup. Neck pickup on 6.5. And then if this is all too much, as I said, either you go for less octave in there, neck pickup on 6.5. A bit more smooth. Or you leave the octave on full, but go for a 50-50 mix, for instance. Also super cool. Bridge pickup on full. So lots of super cool features here with only the octave circuit, and then also combining it with a fuzz circuit, of course. As I said, if you go for no blend and no octave, you can use the octave circuit as a boost as well. Here's without. And this is the octave circuit without the octave in it, actually, just as a boost. Super cool fat sounding boost in my opinion, so you can use the octave circuit also boosting the fuzz circuit as well, you know, and really find combinations that you like. I did a lot of that in my intro tune actually. I blended just a little bit of octave in there to give it like another character. So lots of shades of octave fuzz in the Jackson Audio Fuzz here. The last thing that I wanted to show you is blending the octave with not the fuzz, but the Jackson Audio Golden Boy, so going for some octave into drive sound. This is the octave, and you know, I have it cranked. It's quite a nasty sound. If you want to make it more smooth, you run it into a overdrive pedal such as the beautiful Golden Boy. So this is also a thing that I really love to do. You know, you can use the octave by itself, combine it with a fuzz, combine it with an overdrive, killer stuff. Okay, this is the Modern Fuzz plugin that you heard before. However, there's also a deluxe version which has this internal jumper, and you can change from fuzz to distortion to overdrive. And I just switch over to the distortion side, which sounds like this. It's a bit more smooth, the clipping is a bit different. Let's change over to the overdrive side. Here we go, overdrive. I like this one a lot as well. I like the fuzz side. The distortion jumper is a bit more smooth. Next plugin. So not only do you have the EQ possibilities on the front panel of the pedal as well as the trimmers, each module has even more trimmers. So this is the Fuzz Classic Modern, and it has a bias trimmer, and I just inserted the Fuzz Classic Vintage one, which is the classic fuzz phase circuit. Let's see. Without changing any knobs so far. So as you can see, a very glassy cleanup, which is very typical for a vintage fuzz phase circuit. So the modern fuzz phase circuit, or the Fuzz Classic Modern, has a bit more gain, a bit more output, is a bit more aggressive, still has a beautiful cleanup as you just heard. I'm also enjoying it very much. So this is the Fuzz Page Mark II circuit, which I'm enjoying a lot. It has, it's very aggressive. There's lots of fuzz, and it's super cool. It also works with lower fuzz settings, by the way. Let's check this one out. Beautiful. I also hear a bit of lower octave sometimes in there. Let's also engage the octave circuit for some mayhem. Woo! The last but not least goat head module has trimmers for tone and gain, while most other modules have trimmers for bias. So this is the goat head module, very classic, big muff sounds here. If you're not a big fan of the big muff circuit, maybe you're missing the mids, which you can easily do here. You can add them easily. So lots of big muff sounds in this one as well. You know, you could adjust the Q trimmer inside and really target a frequency that, you know, changes the big muff circuit completely. Killer stuff here as well. The cleanup is a bit different. It stays dirty. But beautiful things here as well. I'm really enjoying the flexibility here. A lot of options. Incredible. I dare to say that this is the most flexible fuzz pedal out there on the market. I think the flexibility, the tweakability is insane. I don't think you need to be afraid of that. I think the pedal will sound great, you know, if you just put all the knobs on 12 o'clock across the board. You can then, you know, once you get familiar with the pedal, experiment with the different modules. These modules also could be something that if you are not into fuzz pedals at all and you have no idea how all these different circuits sound, this is your solution. You just get all of them, start experimenting, find the one you are enjoying the most, and then, you know, start your fine tuning and really create your own fuzz circuit with all the possibilities that the Fuzz by Jackson Audio is offering. Beautiful work here. I'm really enjoying it. Thanks for watching this demo. Please leave me a like, leave me a comment, please subscribe to my channel. It's for free for you guys and it really means the world to me. And also, if you are up for private lessons, hit me up. There's an email in the description box, or hit me up on Instagram, or just, you know, send me a comment. Thanks guys. I hope to see you for the next one. Ciao.